What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Unworthy Motors. Now today's video, I'm gonna go over the top 5 things that I believe are absolute must-haves in just about any garage, especially if you're a car enthusiast. So some of you guys might have noticed there's a new white car that's getting parked here next to mine in the garage. And if you followed some of my last videos, you guys know that I actually rent my house and my brother actually lives with me, my younger brother, and he just graduated college and picked up a brand new car. He's actually had his first car until now, which was a 2000 E46, which he has driven just everywhere, and he's really gotten the use out of that car. But you've seen that one in some of my past videos, but he just picked up this. It is a G20. This car is extremely clean. He got it in a really nice spec too. It's white, black interior, which is really nice. And then he's got all the bells and whistles, 360 cameras, of course, everything that comes almost standard with this car at this point, but it's got every sensor, bell and whistle. It's got all the black accents on it. But this is a 320, hold on. It is a 330, which is a 4-cylinder turbo in this car, which is a really good motor for him. He doesn't like to do really any performance modifications, so this car is absolutely perfect for him. And I've already kind of brought up a few upgrades, at least some cosmetic stuff that we can do with the car. And I'm trying to get him to bite on that. So, but I may do some videos on this in the future, but it's a pretty clean car for what it is. And I'm super excited for him. Having picked that up, he's finally gonna see what it feels like to have a newer BMW that doesn't have all of those old kinks that you get with some of the older models. Why am I all sweaty? I don't know. It's middle summer and I'm filming a video in a closed garage because it's not a car video unless it's in the garage. So I guess I'll just bear with it. All right guys, so as I previously mentioned, this is gonna be really my top 5 must-haves in just about any garage. It's gonna be more geared towards the car enthusiast. These are kind of the things that I don't think being into cars I could live without in my garage, and they're definitely things that I use on a regular basis. So first and foremost, I think that you absolutely need these in a garage. I'm gonna start with number 1. Number one's gonna be a good set of jack stands. So this is the jack stands that I go with. These are the ESCO jack stands. They're made for low profile. They're good for 3 tons. And the best part that I like about them is, one, these feet on the bottom help keep extra stability. So you're not having to worry about these being on like little post legs. And on top of that, I think the biggest call out is the top of these. This is a very wide top surface. So not only that, but it actually comes with the rubber grommet. So it looks like a normal lift post right there. And then you actually have the rubber grommet that comes on top. It sits up there with the jack pad. And then I basically just cap those off with one of these sets of metal jack posts that are actually meant for the BMW jack pads on the bottom. So this gives plenty of surface area. The one thing I hate is those jack pads that are kind of like the 2 arms like this. Trying to balance this on like those 2 arms just seems like an absolute pain. So these jack stands here are some of the best jack stands that I've been able to find. They're a little bit on the pricier side, but it's something that you're really gonna have to buy like once. So I've got 4 of these. Of course, if I ever need to put the car up on full jack stands, I think that they run somewhere around like $70 each. So like I said, they are on the pricier side, but they are well worth it in my eyes. These are extremely heavy duty jack stands. So that's why I think they're number 1. Because I think that they're the most important. I mean, if you're gonna be working on a car ever, even people who aren't necessarily car enthusiasts, but doing just general car maintenance, changing the oil, or really just getting under the car for any reason, whether you're having issues or something, you're always gonna come into a need with jack stands. Now, on a side note, obviously, an actual floor jack is going to be probably your number 1 because you obviously need that to actually lift up the car. But I'm actually gonna save that for a new video because the floor jack that I've actually been using, I've been looking to replace, and it's not one that I would really recommend as far as like top quality or anything, but I've been doing some research on a couple different ones, and I've actually found what I think is one of the absolute best low profile floor jacks for a car that I've been able to locate. And it has the best clearance, absolute best clearance for lowered cars. And since I'm planning on lowering the M4, I wanted to go ahead and get one that's going to be extremely low. So I'm actually gonna do a whole video just on that floor jack because it is is so nice. I mean, I'm not one for looking at floor jacks, but damn, it's a nice floor jack. Anyways, so that one's gonna be coming soon. So jack stands, floor jack, obviously are gonna be kind of one of your #1 priority, especially for a car enthusiast. But the ESCO jack stands to me are the absolute tip of the top when it comes to jack stands. So just for those new guys that are popping in on the channel, I always put everything that I talk about down in the description. So if anything in this video is of interest to you, you're gonna have a link to it just down in the description for you. All right, let's move on to number 2. Number 2 must have in any garage. All right, any guesses on number 2? Going. All right, number 2, and I think this is an absolute must have no matter what, is lights. So the lights that I have in my garage are a very budget-friendly set of lights. They actually are set up as kind of like tube lighting on the ceiling, and then I have some that are on the walls of the garage as well. And the best part about these is they're fully constructed of plastic. So the actual frame, the hardware, everything is plastic, including the bulbs, which makes them very easily to install. They're extremely light if you want to hang them on the ceiling. And best of all, they're not permanent. So like I mentioned before, I rent. So one of the best things about these is I can install them in a non-permanent way and just kind of run cables over to a power outlet, and just like I used right there, I have everything hooked up basically to a power strip. So when I come in the garage, I can just flick the power strip and basically light up the whole room. Especially if you're in car enthusiasts, this is going to be a huge benefit. And I will say that I've worked on cars since I was in high school, and I never really learned how to appreciate good lighting until I got this setup. Now, this setup that I have right now is good, but I will be upgrading to a very similar but brighter setup. So those are gonna be the ones that I link down below, because those are the ones that you wanna get. And the reason why lights are so huge is because if you're working on a car, you're taking photos, you're working on just about anything in the garage, whether it's house related, whether it's car related, whether it's getting tools. I mean, I don't care what it is. You can't argue that good lighting is not a benefit. And I think you can do 1, 2, 3, 4 of these lights. I mean, I think I know it's under $100, but extremely inexpensive. And it just makes working on the car so much easier. Having this setup is absolutely a must-have in any garage. That's why it is number 2 on the list. All right, guys, number 3, going on the same theme of lights, here we go. All of this is absolutely a must-have. Let me tell you why. So this, for those that are unfamiliar, is a hood work light. And it uses basically, it clamps on your hood when it's open, and it allows you to give you some light facing downwards so that you can actually work on your car. Now the reason why I like this light is, one, price. I think it's right around, it's under $100 easily, and well worth it too. So the whole light is rechargeable. It's LED. It has a low and a high setting so that you can use it in low light, high light, whatever you need it for. The best part is it's multi-use. So a lot of my videos, I do stuff on the inside of the car. For this, I'll literally will run this through the windows and just use these rubber posts and let it hook on the sides of the car. And then I can point this forward, because you can turn this however you need it, whatever you need, and you're able to point it in any direction. So when I'm working inside the car, this lights up my whole work area, and it makes it just so much easier to work. Not to mention, if I'm doing anything under the hood, easily just clamp this on the car. It's extremely lightweight. I believe it's made of aluminum. And then on top of that, like I mentioned, it's rechargeable, and I've been using it for a little bit over a year. So I can speak to the quality. It's lasted, and it doesn't use batteries. It doesn't require cables. You don't have a power cord hanging across the side of your car. And this isn't dead attached to anything. So you can fully detach the light bar from the actual thing. So whatever you need it for, you can use it. And it is totally portable. So this is something I'll throw in the car if I'm ever going on a trip, if I think that I might need something to work on the car with or provide light. I've used it under the car, I've used it under the hood, I've used it inside the car. Totally multi-use. Definitely highly recommend one of these. Number 4. Number 4, I would say, is kind of confusing. Leaf blower? Really? Leaf blower? Why would you say a leaf blower is a must-have for a garage? Let me explain. If you are into detailing whatsoever, you know that anytime you touch the car, you're scratching it. Whether it's little tiny microfiber scratches or you're dragging dirty rags across the car. Anytime you can clean the car and avoid touching it, the better. The reason why the leaf blower comes in is because even before I was ceramic coated, but especially after, using this to dry the car has made it so much easier. After the car was ceramic coated, I can easily dry the entire car with this leaf blower in under a minute, easily. Not to mention it blows out all of the water out of the cracks, all the nooks and crannies, so that when you open the door, when you fold your mirrors, for us BMW guys, you don't have water dripping out that you couldn't get to because it was in all the nooks and crannies, and now it's dripping all over the car that you just dried. So the leaf blower absolutely comes in handy. Not only do I not have to worry about a power cable because it's battery powered, but two, for anytime I go to a show, so the Keys Auto Show or BMW Invasion down in Orlando, this is one of the must-haves in my trunk. Comes apart, one simple click, that comes off. Compact, you can put it just about anywhere. And I just take this anywhere that I go to wash the car. Because if I do that, I can dry it in under a minute with this leaf blower. Some of the non-detailing related things that I would use this for is I regularly use it to blow out the garage. I usually try to keep the surface in the garage and the garage floor as clean as possible of any dirt, debris, or anything that comes in with the cars. So pretty much everything I come out here to work on the cars, I always use this and just quickly blow out the garage. It's instant. And one thing I will say, the Ego brand blowers are unbelievable. So this specific blower is 530 CFMs. And if you are looking for something bigger, which I will be upgrading to, they do have a 650 as well as a 750 CFM. I'm gonna be getting the 750 CFM very soon because that's just, it's unbelievable power. And the best part is the batteries are pretty much interchangeable between all the models. So, like I said, this is the 530 56 volt CFM blower. Highly recommend it. That's why it's number 4 on the list. Just ignore all the sweat, guys. Just ignore it. I know you're watching this video saying, dude, that guy is sweating. Just don't look at it. Just don't worry about it. We're in the South. I'm in an enclosed garage. Help. Are you guys ready for number 5? Are you sure? All right. Here's number 5 on the must-haves for any garage, especially for a car enthusiast. Obviously, I could not make a top 5 must-have in your garage list without including a creeper. Now, a creeper, especially for a car enthusiast, is always gonna come in handy. Whether you're just doing general maintenance on the car or you're actually doing some really in-depth DIYs, if you need to get underneath the car, a creeper is a huge asset to have in just about any garage. Specifically to the one that I have, one of the really huge benefits of it is it does actually double as a chair. So that was one of the must-haves that I gave my girlfriend when she got this for me for a gift, is that if I got a creeper, I needed it to double as a seat. Reason being is not only does it benefit me when I need to get under the car, but when I need to work on the wheels, take them on and off, or detail anything that's lower on the car, the seat aspect of it comes in a huge benefit. It doesn't kill my back to work on the car down low. It doesn't have me scooting across the ground, detailing or cleaning anything that's down on the bottom of the car. Definitely recommend getting one that's a hybrid creeper chair combo. Definitely has always come into being a huge benefit for me on anything that I do on the car. Now, specific to the model that I got, I can actually say that when I got this for a gift a couple years ago, it has held up amazing since then. So not only is it a very lightweight construction, making it really easy to pick up and maneuver around the garage, but it's also really compact. So this isn't a very big, bulky creeper. This isn't one you're gonna lounge out on underneath the car, but it gets the job done. And the reason why I wanted a low profile one is because I can store it easy. So in my garage, I don't have a big empty space to work on the cars. And typically if I have 2 cars in here, this garage is packed. So one of the huge benefits of it being compact is it folds up and I can roll it out of the way and it's not gonna take up a whole lot of space. But when I need it, it's gonna do everything and more that I need from a creeper. And that is why a creeper is number 5 on the must-haves of any garage. All right, guys, there is my list of my top 5 must-have for any garage, especially for a car enthusiast. Now, the best part about everything that I listed in this video is, one, it can all be found on Amazon. 2, of course, as you guys know, it's all linked down in the description. So if you guys need it, it's all there for you. Before you go though, one huge thing I would really appreciate is if you can go down and click the like button on this video. And of course, be sure to subscribe to the channel. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate that support and how much it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. But that's it for today, guys. As you guys know, I always appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.